guys, this is Shane from Liberty Under Attack Radio here once again. It's been a while, about 24 hours plus, since the last video I put up on providing any update on the Malheur Wildife Refuge situation. And there was a reason for that, which you will see here in just a few minutes. But to start, it's worth mentioning that there was a media blackout following Pete Santilli's arrest. He was the only, I guess, no matter how much I dislike the guy, he was the only independent media there that was live streaming everything that was going on. So with him gone, there is absolutely nobody, or at least just a couple folks with some iPhones with very, very bad connection. So on and so forth. And I think there's a reason for that. I definitely do. Disregarding all of the rumors of Pete Santilli being FBI, which I don't think is true at all, he wasn't doing the same thing as some of those other folks. He was the media. I mean, yes, there may have been incitement. He was obviously taking a side, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter. He was the media. He had a press pass and such. He was reporting on the events just as those local news stations and also like ABC and some of those other ones were doing. So that's what Pete Santilli was doing, is simply that. And with him gone, the FBI and the federal government can completely control the narrative, and that is not good for anybody if they care about the truth and freedom. So with that being said, there's only one live stream that's actually been going on, and it's been posted everywhere. So if you're even semi-familiar with the situation going on, you've probably been to the channel. It's called Defend Your Base. And that's the only live stream that's available, and there are some issues with that. But first off, let me just play a clip real quick. Hopefully I can find it real quick. Alright, there we go. So this is the last video they put up, and I will tell you about it here in a moment after you watch it and listen to it. And if the audio is a little too low, I apologize, but this is the best I can do, and I'll talk to you afterwards.
We're at a campfire, and we're going to end up dead. Doesn't that bother you, the world this is? I can't live in that world.
Amen. That was beautiful.
So your uncle got reached out, huh, David? Your brother and then your uncle?
Yeah, I guess the FBI already talked to my uncle.
Yeah, because, you know,
yeah.
Who's really
hassling him, yeah?
doing anything?
Oh, they probably were trying to get him to convince me to get out.
I mean, I thought we were here. I still believe that.
Solid though, or
and, you know,
huh?
Your uncle solid like
they
you?
did. They shut it down. And
I don't think so.
I'm sad that
I think I have more stronger opinion on
things.
things.
And I told him, I said,
They're true.
You guys
brother, you're total opposite.
afraid enough. And they were all, no, this is good.
Kind of goes
they can't do it. They
with
can't
the
kill
flow,
us.
maybe.
They got eyes on public. You know, they won't do this.
In a sense.
And they let their guard down. And I just know God was talking to me about it.
You're happy. You're content.
And that's when it happened.
You're all good.
And
I'm all good.
it's sad because they were great people, and they're still great people, the ones that aren't dead. And they just they didn't want to believe in their hearts that the FBI they are.
Wait and see what happens. Like I said, it's just everybody has to die. What do you die for? How do you die?
You know what? Whenever
I was just talking to you.
We get to die.
Okay, and obviously that's a little muffled. But the point is that is the only live stream available at this point in time. And again, it's from Defend Your Base. And when they are faced with death by the state, machine guns, FBI, SWAT teams, whatever you want to call it, what they're doing is sitting on a campfire talking about death. And for those who may not have thought of this, whenever you're sitting around a campfire, it makes you very visible. I mean, when you look at like the ranches and the flat ground and such there in that area, it makes you very susceptible to snipers. To take out those few people left, it would not take much, and they could do it from long distance without any close quarters combat even happening. So that's definitely a problem, but we'll get to that here more in a moment. With that being said, there was a post on the Bundy Ranch page stating that the claim of Amon's supposed lawyer, which pretty much said, like, hold on, let me see if I have that one up. Okay, yeah, this is A quote from Eamon Bundy. To those remaining at the refuge, I love you. Let us take this fight from here. Please stand down. Go home and hug your families. The fight is ours now in the courts. Please go home. And that's what Bundy said through his attorney, supposedly. And then, and this is where stuff gets interesting. It always gets interesting with this sort of thing. But Eamon Bundy's wife made a post on the Bundy Ranch, or it was posted by the Bundy Ranch, saying that that was a false statement. And I'll go ahead and bring that up real quick here. Give me a moment. And as you can see, alert from Eamon's wife, Lisa. Eamon would not have called for the Patriots to leave. We have lost a life, but we are not backing down. He didn't spill his blood in vain. Hold your ground. Ranchers, come and stand. Committee of Safety, come and stand. Militia, come and stand. And the important thing to notice there is the Lakeview, Washington location tag. And that is important. Actually, someone I was talking to about this brought that up to me, and I was like, holy shit, I have the screenshot of that. So I showed him, and he's well, regardless, we'll get to that here in a moment. But, yeah, that post was deleted off of the Bundy Ranch page, and it's nowhere to be found. Soon after, there was the same post, but without the Lakeview, Washington tag. I don't know what that means, but I'm just telling you that you cannot find this post on the Bundy Ranch page anymore. But I have the screenshot. Like I said, you cannot find this post with the location tag, and you cannot find the one without the location tag. It is completely deleted. So what is the truth? I don't have a fucking clue. But I'm just sitting here telling you what I've been able to find out, or I guess more accurately, what I haven't been able to find out. So let's see, where are we going next? Okay, so the next thing is Broadcastify. And what this page is apparently Harney County pays them to hold their alerts and such, and you can listen to the live feed there. But that's not, we don't want to do that for our purposes. But the important thing here is the last post, and the incident on 1/27/16, which was yesterday at 4:05 a.m. And if you know what military time means, that is 4:05 a.m. Update. FBI TAC units on scene have entered a refuge where armed militants are barricaded. Strange, huh? Very, very strange. I don't know what that means. I'm just showing you what's on this page. I really do not know, and I'm not going to speculate because enough outlets are doing that already, and I try to rely on facts. And that is what's on the page. I don't know what it means or what it implies, but yeah, there you have it. The next thing I want to mention here in this update video are some tweets by Amanda Peacher. The live stream video that I played was from a gentleman. Hold on, give me a second here. Let me get it up and ready. Okay, it's from a gentleman named David Fry, and these are and I make sure I screenshot all this stuff because more often than not, these things get deleted, as with the original post from the Bundy Ranch on Eamon's wife's statement. So Amanda Peacher says, and David Fry, the only live stream that's available is his. David Fry says 5 people remain and occupied a refuge. They're hanging around a campfire drinking beer. I asked Fry about Bundy's call for them to leave. Quote, "We have new leaders with new plans," end quote. Says they expect to die. Okay. So they're hanging around a campfire, drinking beer, with the fire making them very visible throughout the distance. We'll move past that. It gets worse. It definitely gets worse. So the next thing I want to show all of you is, let me refresh this just to make sure there's no new posts that I haven't seen real quick, and then we'll look through all of them. Okay, yep, no new posts. So what I'm going to do here is just remain silent and put these on screen for you, so you can take a look at them. And this is from Citizens for Constitutional Freedom Support Group, and it's the only source I was able to find today. Yesterday there were plenty of sources. It may have taken just a little bit of time, but there was more information coming out. But there was nothing today, all day today. And this was pretty much what I had to rely on, other than the press conference, which did not provide any information whatsoever. So I'm just going to give you guys probably, it's a pretty long thread. It'll probably be a minute, but I want to make sure you guys have a chance to read this. And I will put the all of the screenshots to this thread in the description. So enjoy and have fun. And I'm going to speed up just a bit here, just for the sake of the video. Like I said, I'll put the all of the screenshots in the description. So yeah, I'm going to speed up just a little bit for the sake of time in this video. And you can see the quote from Eamon Bundy's supposed attorney right there. And take note of that no-fly zone. We'll get to that here in a moment. And about 8:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you see you get a chance to know who the person posting these updates are. Whether they're credible or not, that's up for you to decide. I'm just showing you these screenshots. Okay, and with that said, I'd like to point out this one post right there. Now, if you're viewing this channel, there's a chance that you're a voluntarist, anarchist, or something, another variety thereof, and you've seen The Art of Not Being Governed, their memes regarding the snacks. And if you don't, just type in Malheur Refuge snacks memes, and you'll get the point. At this point, I was concerned. And rightly so, because I didn't know what that meant. And the only reference to snacks ever was from people kind of making fun of the Patriots. The Patriots that were there. So obviously I was a little concerned. But it appears that the craving snacks part was because they were smoking weed. And they were going to have the munchies there shortly. So let's just get this straight here. So getting drunk, smoking weed, around a campfire, waiting for possible death to come upon them. And they're getting fucked up. And the people there right now, these are supposed to be the most hardcore patriots. They should be patrolling the perimeter. Yeah, they should be. They're supposed to be the most disciplined ones. Patrolling the perimeter, holding down their posts, whatever post that may be, or sleeping in shifts. But that's not what they're doing, is it? And if you watched that full video, which will be linked in the description, hosted at libertyunderattack.com, yeah, they aren't doing that. They're just sitting around a campfire. No one's holding posts. No one's patrolling the perimeter. They're just getting fucked up. That seems like a problem. You know what I mean? I don't know. It seems a bit of a problem, considering they're supposed to be the most hardcore patriots. All of the leaders have been arrested or turned themselves in. Either one, same result. And and these folks are sitting around and getting fucked up. I don't know. We'll move forward here, though. We'll move forward. I'll show you just the there's not a whole lot more updates on this post, and then we'll move forward to other things. But I just want to make you aware of that for the time being. And there's some additional information from the FBI. And that is actually confirmed, so. And this is actually the kind of interesting part. And I will read this to make sure that you guys get a chance to hear what's being said. Quote, the FBI has employed effective psychological tactics against the militia. By repeatedly staging false assaults throughout last night and today, they have kept militia members in a state of disorganization and in constant fear of an imminent attack. Ordering the media to withdraw caused the militia to believe that a massive and brutal attack might ensue. Having cut off the head of the leadership structure, the many of the remaining militia members scattered and outside militia factions decided to play a wait-and-see approach. There is still a number of militia holdouts, and there is still a chance that the situation could result in bloodshed. But the constant aerial mission over the refuge, as well as the knowledge that the compound was completely surrounded with no chance of being resupplied, the green members of the militia chose to accept the offers of free passage out of the refuge. And just so you guys know, most of them are arrested. The situation is still fluid, much can still happen, but with the approaching deadline of 4 a.m. Mountain Standard Time nearing, that would be about 6 a.m. where I am, and I am not sure if I'll be awake at that time, but I'll definitely try to keep you guys updated. It is possible that the authorities will cut power and water to the compound, jam electronics, and sit back and wait for the holdouts to surrender. With Lavoie's blood already on their hands, the federal authorities might be willing to sit and wait a bit longer. What they've done so far has proven effective, but this battle has given other militias much to study, analyze, and prepare for when the time comes for a rebellion against the grand bureaucracy of the empire. And that's the end of that. The guy that's posting it says he hasn't slept in a couple of days, so on and so forth. That doesn't matter. But I guess the point is this, and before I get to the no-fly zone part, last night I posted 2 videos, pretty much subsequently following one after another, and information was coming in pretty quickly, to say the least. Tonight, there is a media blackout, Santilli has been arrested, and no one knows what the fuck is going on. That's a problem. No one knows how many people are at the refuge. No one knows if those that could be at the refuge are dead or alive. No one knows who all has been arrested. I mean, obviously there's been some reports and such, but everything has come from the FBI now because all of the media has been told to leave. Not told, but just it's been stressed that there's no media protection, as you can see in this tweet from Lauren Martinez from KTVZ, a local station. They've left, so all of the reports now are coming from the FBI. And this is the same federal government that killed Lavoy Finicum. So, you know, I really don't know what the hell is going on, and I'm not going to trust the feds, or any governmental agency for that matter. So, it's a bad situation. It's definitely a bad situation with the blackout. We don't know what's going on. Everyone in the refuge could be dead, they could be alive, they could have been gone, with no arrest or injury whatsoever. Not knowing is certainly the worst part. With that being said, there was a report that there was a no-fly zone over the area, and that has been deemed a, I guess, sort of conspiracy. But as you can see, this is from the FAA. From January 27th, 2016, at 22:17 UTC, and I think it's -6 here for Central, so it's about 6:17 Central Time here. To provide a safe enforcement environment for law enforcement activities. What do we have here? And that's definitely right there in the Malheur Wildife Refuge in that area. Only relief aircraft operations under direction of FBI are authorized in this airspace. So as you on this page right here, and let me just get back real quick off of this off of this page. I don't know who runs this. I don't know if it's verifiable or not. I really have no damn clue whatsoever. But there's nothing to go off of. So this is this is it. This is it. It's hard to verify a lot of this stuff, but as you can see in this picture, there is a helicopter there. I'm not sure if like I said, I don't know who runs this page. I don't know if it's bullshit. I don't know what the hell it is, but if that is the case and they are at the refuge and that was a picture taken from the refuge, it would have to be a FBI authorized aircraft. So that said, the no-fly zone is verified from the FAA, and it's worth mentioning it'll end on February 10th. So definitely gives them a couple weeks here to kind of do what they want to. If everyone there is not already dead, because like I said, we do not know what the hell is going on. We definitely do not. It's worth mentioning that Jason Patrick turned himself in already. In addition to a couple of other folks, I think one of them, the guy riding around on a horse, he was arrested. I don't remember what his name was, and I probably should have found that for detail purposes. But that's mainstream news now, so you guys can find that out for yourself. But I think it's worth mentioning that. If I didn't close that out, the only live stream that we have from that location right now is from folks that are high and drunk. Not saying that's a bad thing. Smoking weed isn't bad and drinking isn't bad either. It's a personal choice. But here's the but. When you're facing a potential attack from the FBI, SWAT teams and such, and you're talking about protecting liberty and freedom and defending the Constitution, and you're the only ones there, which means that you're the most hardcore, badass motherfuckers that were at the refuge center. And with all of your probably training you've had in the military, or militias or otherwise, you choose to cloud your faculties with drugs when you're facing on such an enormous task as the federal government through the FBI and county law enforcement and SWAT teams and such. That doesn't seem very plausible to me. It really doesn't. And I'm not saying there's a conspiracy here. I'm definitely not. What I'm saying is this. We do not have any information to go off of because of the media blackout. And what we're relying on is this singular live stream. And this does not seem realistic at all. Unless, and this is the only unless, but from how many people have left and how there are no leaders there anymore, I don't see how this version is possible. So the only alternative here is that these folks live streaming this fire are trying to make themselves seem weak or distracted or something along those lines. And there are a lot more people there than we think. A lot more people than we think and the FBI think. And when they think, oh, you know, we're just going to go in here and do this, they're going to be met with a lot more force than they thought they were going to be dealing with. I don't think that's plausible. There's a lot of other outcomes that I would see more plausible. That would seem more plausible than that to me. But I don't know. I really don't know. Last night was fluid with information, and tonight is just dead. It's dead. And not knowing is honestly the worst part. So I guess that concludes this video. What I will say is, on a lot of these various Facebook pages, there's a lot of disinformation going around. A lot of misinformation. I don't know how many times tonight I've seen, like, well, shots fired, Patriots are dead. And there's been no validation behind that. Whether it's from what's the name of that damn live stream? Defend Your Base. The Defend Your Base live stream, or other ones like that. Or just on Facebook comments and such. There's just no validation for any of these claims. There really isn't. And all of you should be very well aware of the informants that are on Fascist Book and Twitter and Tumblr and places like that. That's they're literally paid agents to post this sort of thing to get people riled up. So be conscious of that. Definitely be conscious of that. And what I would say is this. All of the information we're going to get at this point is going to come straight from the FBI, or I would say like a SWAT teams, maybe local law enforcement with the FBI at the head. Just be very, very vigilant in vetting the information. Regardless of how much work that some of these governmental agencies put into their reports, there are inconsistencies, there are flaws, there are things of that nature. What I would ask of you is this. Please minimize the conspiracism. Please minimize the misinformation and disinformation, and go off of facts first. Go off of facts first. The situation we're looking at right now is very, very volatile if they are not all dead already, which is definitely a possibility considering we don't know what the hell is going on. And there's no media there, which means that the FBI and the feds can formulate their own narrative. With that said, we don't know what's going on. We have no clue. Even those that I have talked to in the past that have sources on the ground, they don't know a damn thing. Nothing more than I know. And I'm sitting here in Central Illinois, Bloomington Normal, Illinois, trying to figure this shit out, and I don't know what's going on. Just make sure to vet the information. Take the extra time to do some Google searches. Take some extra time to follow up on the original sources of the information you're finding, and it will be well worth your time. There's far too much, whether it be in the Patriot movement or just overall with alternative media, there's far too much misinformation and disinformation going around. So just please take that extra time and save the opportunity cost from the people that read your posts, or read your articles, or things of that nature. That said, I really hope that the worst has not already happened in the Malheur Wildife Refuge in Harney County, Oregon. I really hope the worst has not happened. I really don't. To me, it seems like there's only two options, and that is either they're arrested for the federal crime charging up to 6 years, And I think, actually, let me pull it up real quick. I think I have that up. Yeah, USC Title 18, 372. In prison not more than 6 years. I'm sure there's a minimum sentencing requirement for that too. But that's what all these people are facing. And that's one option. And I would think that's a better option. But yeah, there's only two options. That, or they get killed in the raid. So, I guess that kind of concludes this video. It's longer than I thought it would be. Well, actually, I guess it wasn't. There's a lot of information to get through. But I guess I'll conclude with this. I don't know what's going on. This is just what I've been able to find out in the past. Shit, it's probably been about probably 6 hours. 6 hours, and this is all I've been able to find out. And this is what I've been focusing on that entire time. Pretty sad. Pretty sad. But when there's a lack of information, there's not much to go off of, if anything at all. So, with that said, this is Shane from Liberty Under Attack Radio. And if I find anything here today, I will definitely let you guys know. I've definitely got time tomorrow to look into this. So, thanks for watching, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I definitely make sure to vet all of the sources and do all of my research before I actually do a video. It's not just instant. This has been going on since 7 p.m. Central Standard Time today. So, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and definitely double check the information I present to you. I'll put all the links in the description, as I always do, to make sure you guys can follow up on it yourself. But, yeah, I guess that's all I have for you at this point. And, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks. See you later.
Societies. Abandon hope and forget what you know. This is the land of the blind and soul. Welcome to the house of lies, where the sun's black there and the stars don't shine. You're enslaved to be blood dry. The excellent flight of sin, you're told to die. You'll spend your life in shame, every day forcibly the day. Don't fall behind your life and stay. A miserable face for the stay away. Reveal the everything, I'll let the day. Reveal the everything, I'll let the day. I'd rather slave than or pray to the one true God. They won't stop till you blast it all. We were born to die with empty eyes. We see the light from the fire to the end of time. Born to die with empty eyes. We see the light from the fire to the end of time. Through good below me say, just rescue all of this from a nice game. It's difficult summer every day, shedding blood and tears to fuel the southern state. We're all running inside this grave, a new prison built by the inmates. Shrink and accept the blame, we let these fucking cowards turn to shame.